Welcome back to Power in the Pause. I'm your host, Chelsea, and this is the space where we slow down, breathe for a second, and remember that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is pause. Today, we're talking about something I see constantly in my work with women: anxiety and the need to control everything. And sis, I say that with so much love, but so many of us are exhausted because many of us are mentally clocked in 24/7, trying to control things that were never ours to control in the first place. And nobody talks about how much energy that takes. And the T most people don't realize about anxiety is anxiety doesn't actually thrive on fear. It thrives on uncertainty. But sis, let this sink in. The peace you're searching for doesn't come from eliminating uncertainty. Peace comes from expanding your capacity to handle it. Clock that. And when the brain perceives uncertainty, it goes into problem solving mode. It tries to close the gap. It wants answers. It wants guarantees. So, what do we start doing? We overthink, we overplan, we overwork, we overplease, we overanalyze every conversation, every decision, and every possible outcome. It looks productive on the outside, but internally, your nervous system is running a marathon because the brain learned something very quickly. If she's trying this hard to control everything, we must not be safe. So it keeps sounding the alarm. More thoughts, more analyzing, more scanning for danger. And before long, anxiety becomes a full time job. Control is often just anxiety wearing a productivity costume. We tell ourselves things like, if I just think about this enough, if I just plan this perfectly, if I just say the right thing, if I just keep everyone happy, then everything will be okay. But if life doesn't work that way, no amount of overthinking can eliminate uncertainty. So instead of actually calming the nervous system, control attempts end up training the brain to stay on high alert because the message becomes stay vigilant, something could go wrong. But healing anxiety isn't about controlling life, it's about building your nervous system's capacity to feel safe in the unknown. And that is a completely different skill. Let me say that again because this is the shift. Healing anxiety is not about becoming certain about everything. It's about becoming safe enough inside yourself to tolerate uncertainty. So instead of asking, how do I make sure nothing goes wrong? The question becomes, how do I stay grounded even if I don't know what's going to happen? That's real power. And that's where the pause comes in. So, right now, wherever you're listening to this, I want you to take a second with me and just pause. Take a slow breath in, pause, and a slow breath out. Again, inhale, pause, exhale. Good job. Your nervous system needs moments like this because safety is not created through control. Safety is often created through regulation, through reminding your body, I can handle what comes. And sis, here's what anxiety tries to hide from you. You have handled every uncertain thing that has ever happened in your life so far. Every hard moment, every unexpected turn, every situation you didn't know how to navigate. You figured it out, sis. Not because you controlled everything, but because you adapted. That's resilience. So if you catch yourself this week spiraling and overthinking, trying to solve every possible outcome, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. Am I trying to create certainty or am I trying to feel safe? Because those are two very different paths. One leads to exhaustion and the other leads to peace. And learning the difference, that might be one of the most powerful pauses you ever take. Thank you for spending this moment with me today. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with another woman who might need the reminder that she doesn't have to carry the weight of controlling everything. And if you want more conversations like this about healing, growth, and stepping into the woman you're becoming, come join me over on Instagram at She Is Society Official. Until next time, remember, there's always power in the pause.